Now Nathan, yesterday we finally revealed our first 5 most fun to drive cars, and that means today we're doing what?
The next 5, which includes my favorite of all, the Audi S5.
Coming up next on the Fast Lane Car, our annual Top 10 Most Fun to Drive Cars, Part 2. This is the 50s version of the brand new Volkswagen Beetle convertible. And as you can tell, I'm here in beautiful California, just north of Malibu, for the worldwide launch of this convertible. Now this is a very important car for Volkswagen. Last generation, they sold 117,000 of them. This generation, no more bud vase, much more masculine, and they're hoping to sell a lot more. So tell me about this car, what makes it special?
Well, I think it's the only vehicle that has been around in this class for such a long time. Think of it, there's more than 6 decades now of open Volkswagens, of Beetle convertibles. The first one came out in 1949, so we've got 63 years of this car, and this is, so to say, the 3rd generation.
Design-wise, the new Beetle has really 3 things that set it apart. It's very wide, it has a very tall belt line, it has big wheels, and all the convertibles, they get this funky spoiler.
We hope to attract male customers as well as female customers.
No butt vase?
Yeah, no butt vase, but also now you not only get flower but also power, because this baby has up to 200 horsepower.
Just like the coupe, or do you say coupe, there are 3 engine choices in the convertible. There's the base 2.5 liter. You can also get it in the diesel, which gets, get this, 41 mpg on the highway, making it the most fuel efficient convertible you can buy in the States. And if you want the sporty version, there's also the regular turbo, which is the same engine that's in the Golf GTI. So how does the Beetle convertible drive? Well, it drives like the regular coupe, and that is the 2.5 liter. It's a little pokey. The steering, it's a little artificial, but you know what? It's not about that in this car. It's about enjoying the California sunshine, the beach, and enjoying it with up to 4 people, because this new convertible is bigger than the old one. The question, of course, is how do I fit? You know, I'm 6'2", and I fit really well. Of course, the seat is up quite a ways, but I could see having 4 people in here on a short drive and enjoying myself. I would not be cramped whatsoever. Now I'm in the 50s special edition version of the new convertible. There's also a 60s version, which is kind of a blue jeans, light blue, and a 70s version, which is brown. So if you're not satisfied with a regular Beetle, you can get the 50s, 60s, or even the 70s special edition. Now, Volkswagen says that the new Beetle convertible will raise its top in 11 seconds. It'll lower it in 9. But I've got my little iPhone stopwatch, so let's find out if that is true. Here we go. 1 second. That's 4. That's 7. It's going to be close. Here comes 8. And it's done. Click. 11.5. Not bad, not bad. Very impressive.
This has been tested on German autobahns, and therefore, if you are going 120, 130 miles per hour, which you cannot do in the United States, unfortunately, you will see that it has some very good high-speed abilities as well.
And did you ever think about going to a hard top? Is a soft top quiet enough to sustain those kinds of speeds?
It definitely is, yes. This is the latest generation of PET soft tops, and it has several layers.
Yep, it's a wind blocker, all right, and it comes with the new Beetle, and it installs quite easily. You just bend it up, put it in place, push it down, pull it up, and there you can have open top driving without having a bad hair day. And when you're done with it, it actually stows in the trunk, which is unusual because you'd think that this big piece of equipment wouldn't fit, but it folds up into 4 little sections and stows right in the back. First Beetle came as a coupe and as a convertible. This new Beetle convertible, 3 engine choices, 2 transmissions, an automatic and a 6-speed manual, a 50, 60s, and a 70s special edition, plus too many color combinations and interior options to start to list in this short video. It's very overwhelming. You can have your Beetle convertible your way, that is for sure. So what's your favorite part of the new convertible?
Personally, I like the way that we have designed the vehicle overall and not missed the practicability. For instance, for the first time now, you can put the rear bench, you can fold the rear bench down. So if you have some long obstacles, let's take your
surfboard?
Surfboard or your set of skis, right?
Yeah.
It would fit right from the dashboard until the end of the trunk.
Volkswagen says the new Beetle convertible competes with cars like the Fiat 500 convertible, which isn't the full convertible, the Mustang, the Camaro, and even the Mini convertible. It starts at about $25,000 and goes all the way up to $31,000 if you get the sporty turbo. You know what? This is such a nice day. I think I'm going to go enjoy some of this California sunshine.
Okay, look, I know this is supposed to be a Porsche, and yeah. This wonderful engine should be in the back, because the back looks like a 911, so that's where it should be. But no, it's not actually a 911. It's got 4 doors. It should have 2. It has room for 4 people in it. It really should have room for 2 and not enough room in the back, like all Porsches. But no.
Yada, yada, yada. That's right, I yada yada you, Nathan. All that doesn't matter because this Porsche is fun, it's fast, it's furious, and it makes you feel like a man, if you know what I mean. .8 liters of Porsche V8 goodness. Listen to this engine start up. Now tell me that is not auditory Viagra. It is, well, it is what it is.
This is almost like German Lederhosen, but no, it's a red seatbelt. Red. Another problem. Inside, you can definitely tell there's missing one thing. A manual transmission. Sorry, but a proper sports car without a manual? Don't like it. Roman, tell the people how much this vehicle costs.
We're on $35,000.
Try that again.
$135,000.
As tested.
Yeah, but for that, you get about every creature comfort and performance feature available on a supercar. Not only do you get air suspension and a 7-speed dual clutch transmission and all-wheel drive and launch control. Should I keep going, Nathan?
No, you know what? You shouldn't, because it's still about $35,000 more than it should be. That's what I say.
I think it's worth every penny. Alright, I know the rub. Some say that this car looks like a pregnant turtle. But you know what? I don't care because it has the most road presence of any car I've ever driven. It is literally wider than it is taller. I mean, look at those wheels. 20-inch wheels with those beautiful Porsche brakes just popping out. You gotta love that, Nathan.
Okay, look. This vehicle has one major issue. It looks like a squashed Cayenne. And on top of that, we know for a fact that Porsche can make a good-looking car. Look at the 918. We even have it on video. And the problem is that if you can make a car like that, why can't this be more attractive? Sorry, it's a missed opportunity.
All right, just listen to these numbers. 430 horsepower, 384 pound-feet of torque, all fed through a 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission powering all 4 wheels. Now that is magic. Nathan, I know you're not a big fan of this car, but do me a favor, please. Just try the launch control. All you have to do is put it in Sport Plus mode, slam on the brake, slam on the accelerator, and let go of the brake. That's all you have to do. Go for it. Oh, my sunglasses just went off my head. That is the most violent launch I've ever felt. Oh my. Oh, 5.85, Nathan.
Man, that just punches you in the chest. It just kind of looks at you and goes, bitch, boom, I'm gonna go fast. That was impressive.
All right, now do me a favor, take it up into the mountains, into the canyons, and really feel what this car can do when we're carving canyons, because I think that's the heart of the car.
Really? Because I'm impressed with this. Okay, we'll try it.
And ladies and gentlemen, in case you're curious, that was 5.85 seconds to 60 at 1 mile above sea level.
With 2 guys in the car. Unbelievable. You can select different types of suspension modes. In the regular mode, with nothing pushed, it is a fantastic handler. It rides nice, it's firm, it's definitely European, but it's still compliant. And my God, it's just the grip. Here, Roman, you ready?
Yeah.
Grip.
Dude, it's a slot car. Nathan, you know what's also impressive? With such a massive engine and so much power, it gets good gas mileage. 16 in the city, 23 on the highway. What are you getting in real world driving?
We've been beating the crap out of
Yes,
it.
we
We're
have.
getting 17.2. And remember, this also has all-wheel drive.
That is impressive for a car that weighs, well, as much as a small pickup.
Oh, over 2 tons.
Nathan, there aren't a lot of cars this competes with. There's the Aston Martin Rapide, there's the BMW 7 Series, and of course there's the upcoming Audi S7.
Yes, and we're going to be covering that car in a review next week. These rear seats fold flat, so there's more cargo space, and there's enough room in here for an adult in the back. But they already have a practical Porsche, and that's the Cayenne. In this case, all you want to put back here is like golf bags, not 2 old bags.
Nathan, are you calling me an old bag?
Why, yes I am.
You know, I'm lucky enough to drive a different car every week, but I have to be honest, this is the first time I've been behind the wheel of a Rolls-Royce, and I've only got about a half hour to experience this car, so I thought I would just walk you through what it's like, because let's face it, if you're any kind of an automobile guy, driving a Rolls-Royce has got to be on your bucket list. So I'm checking that one off as soon as I hit the start button. Oh yeah. Seatbelt on. And all right, now what? Getting comfy. Adjusting the mirrors, adjusting this mirror. It's very chromy in here. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's very opulent. Oops, hit the wrong button. Just fold the mirrors in. See, first mistake. All right, let's put those back out. All right, we are in the car. Can you adjust the steering wheel? There we go. Of course you can adjust the steering wheel. What a silly question. Look at that. And I think we have the reverse up here. Yes? No? Down.
Yeah, you can push all the way up.
Ah, there we go. Toward you and up.
Reverse.
All right. First time driving a Rolls-Royce. Here we go. How's my hair? It is very quiet, of course, as it should be. Steering wheel is exceptionally large. I'd say one of the largest steering wheels that I have ever had the pleasure to sit behind. Car is exceptionally quiet. You can hear my phone dinging, and exceptionally smooth. Even the dials move in a very eloquent and unrushed manner. I suspect if you're in a Rolls-Royce, you probably have a lot of time on your hands. I say that because chances are if you own one of these cars, you're probably not waiting in the TSA line when you go to the airport. You're not rushing to the airport. You're probably being chauffeured there. At which point your private jet is waiting for you. It's a whole different life. Not bad, not bad at all. I can get used to this. In the old days, Rolls-Royce used to say that power was, well, adequate. Now, I wager to say it's more than adequate. 6.6 liter, twin turbocharged, 563 horsepower, 575 pound-feet of torque. Now that is a lot of power. That is much more than just adequate. And that is very light. If you know anything about TFL car, you know that one of the things that we always care about is how fast a car goes 0 to 60. And of course the Rolls is no exception, which means that we've got a big heavy car with, well, a big turbocharged, dual turbocharged engine propelling it from 0 to 60. So let's see how fast she'll do. I'm thinking up here at altitude it's going to be slower, but probably not that much slower. There is no sport mode. There is a sport suspension, but no sport mode. All right, here we go. Slow deal is activated. This is very impromptu. Oh yeah. Oh, and there we have it. What do you guys think? What do you think the Ghost did it in? 6.06 seconds. And that was very impromptu. If I had more time, I bet you we can get that into the 5s very easily. Nice, nice. Last year, Rolls-Royce had a really good year. You said you've sold, I think it's the best year in the company's history, 3,500 units, which is, you know, a lot of cars for Rolls-Royce. Why do you think that is?
I think people are really beginning to appreciate the brand and the craftsmanship that goes into the car. Every inch of the car is scoured, every detail is taken into account, and people really value that and they appreciate that. And these are cars that last for years and years.
Where is your biggest market? Is it America or someplace else?
The biggest market consistently is America, followed by China, and then the Middle East.
And I know the Chinese love backseat room, and this has a lot of it.
Oh, it does. This is the extended wheelbase, which gets you almost 7 inches
look at
of
that.
extra legroom. It's fantastic.
It's surprisingly agile. I'd love to take it in the mountains. I mean, it's a big, heavy car, so there's no doubt that it pushes when you take the corner. There's no doubt that you can feel that weight, but isn't that part of the Rolls-Royce experience? Don't you want to feel that weight? So I checked that off my bucket list. Okay, I did get to drive it for like 15 minutes, which means I can't give you a full review, but I did the best I could in a short time. $352,000. That's a lot of money for a car. Would I pay that? You know, I don't know. I mean, I don't have that kind of money. But I can tell you this, you don't just get a car, you also get an umbrella.
I can't speak for the Mulsanne, as I haven't had a lot of experience with it, but you have your seat massagers, your warmers, coolers, that all allows for a very pleasant and a very comforting Rolls-Royce experience. So after a long drive, you get out of the car feeling refreshed rather than exhausted after a long drive as you would normally do.
Oh my, Nathan, one of my favorite cars of the year, the decade, the Audi S5.
Beautiful car, beautiful.
It is a beautiful car, and as you know, we've done a 0 to 60 on this very car, except it had the manual transmission.
That's right, folks, but guess what? This one has the 7-speed automatic.
Which is a completely different car. That car, up here at altitude, went 0 to 60 in 6.6 seconds.
It's a different animal.
So, the question is, how fast is that car 0 to 60?
That's a really good question.
And we are going to let you know, but we're going to make you wait, because first we're going to do a review, Coming up next on the Fast Lane Car.
Oh, would you take a gander at that? It is beauty incarnate. This 3-liter engine puts out 333 horsepower, 325 pound-feet of torque, and there's a supercharger in here. It's just, oh, wait, may I? Oh, love it.
All right. When you're done making out with it, tell them how many speed transmission it has.
It's hooked up to a 7-speed automatic transmission that has torque going 40% up here and 60% in the tush.
Beauty is certainly not skin deep on this car. To me, this is one of the most sexy, most manly, most beautiful cars you can buy today. But the difference between the A5 and the S5 is rather subtle. Obviously, you can tell by this chromish rearview mirror, but the biggest difference is back here. Besides the badges, the S5 has not 2, but 4, check it out, 4 massive exhausts to let you know that there's more under the hood than just a regular 2-liter Audi engine. Inside the Audi S5, everything you touch is very serious. And there's a sense of high quality, including this real carbon fiber. But for $68,000, you're probably going to get soft materials, real leather, and that kind of smell of German performance. I wonder what Nathan thinks of it.
Germans know how to kick ass with interiors, and Audi is one of the most kick-ass of the kick-ass interior folks. The stitching, this white stitching throughout the steering wheel, on the seats, it's gorgeous. I would say this, if I had a really hot chick next to me in the car, I'd be like, no, baby, jump in my lap and enjoy the whole experience, because there's so much here to see, and at the same time, it looks like you're so serious, like you want to beat up on the Autobahn. Good stuff. Powerband is interesting because you would think with a supercharged engine that there may be a little bit of lag or something like that before it really kicks in or whatnot. It's not a turbocharged engine, supercharged engine, so the lag is different. It's not really lag. It's just there's not a lot that goes on until you hit about 3,000 RPM. Then it's a freight train all the way up to redline.
Nathan, once upon a time, a car with 333 horsepower would have gotten like 12 miles to the gallon, but not anymore.
No, 18 miles per gallon city, 28 miles per gallon highway. That's impressive.
Yeah, combined 21.
You know what? You can have your cake and eat it too, except this car really enjoys premium gas.
You know, Nathan, on the TFL scale of buy it, lease it, rent it, and forget it.
Buy it, please, buy it.
I would also buy it, I agree. I only wish we had an Autobahn.
Yeah, this thing is an Autobahn cruiser and bruiser all in one beautiful package.
As always, this is, wait, I think we're forgetting something.
0 to 60, you guys wanted to see that, didn't you?
All right, with the magic of editing, Nathan, I think we've made him wait long enough.
Let's kick ass.
All right, last time we did this, we had the manual version, same car.
I'm in dynamic mode. See what happens. It's not even letting me go up to 2,000 RPM.
All right.
Oh, God, really? Now it's,
It doesn't like that. Maybe
No.
you should just floor it.
Okay, ready, guys?
Oh yeah, there we go. There goes the supercharger.
That sounds good.
Sounds really good. And there's 60.
Whoa.
Now remember, we had 6.6 seconds with the manual,
That's right, it's 6-speed.
and now we have
5.74, but remember, folks, we are a little bit lighter right now, too.
Yeah, and you know what, Nathan? That's why we do real-world testing. There are so many different variables, including, for instance, it's colder, which will make the car faster.
Yeah, it's freaking freezing.
It's got snow tires, which might make it slower.
Yeah.
It has
White paint.
which will make it
Faster, of course.
faster, of course. And it has paddle shifters.
Yes, it does, but see, we haven't used them yet. And a lot of you ask about that. Why don't you guys use paddle shifters? Well, we always test a car if it has it.
And we're back. All right, Nathan, we will try it using the paddle shifters. See how you can do.
All right, guys, you ready?
I'm ready. Go for it. Oh, that is a tighter launch. That sounds good. Oh, interesting, interesting. Last time when the car was shifting, we had 5.74, and now
5.84. And guys, I have to shift it right just a hair before red line, or the Audi will take over and do it for me. So that's the best I can do. Maybe we can go a little bit faster, but I don't think we'll be able to beat the car's brain.
yeah, what ends up happening is the car doesn't want you to detonate the engine, so it's not going to let you go beyond red line, which means in essence the car is shifting for you.
So if you want to go back crazy with a car like this, get the manual. That way you can destroy it.
Wise words, Nathan, for somebody who doesn't own this car.
I know.
You hear that sound? That is the beautiful music of 6 brand new Vipers about to go on the racetrack here in Northern California. And here's a question for you. What is shorter, the brand new 2013 Viper or Porsche 911? The answer coming up next on the Fast Lane Car. Oh yeah, I get to drive it too. To answer my question, the Porsche is the larger car, at least longer. And you can certainly tell when you get in the Viper because it is tight in here. If you look where I'm sitting and I'm as far down as you can be, I am looking right out at the roofline. So in order for me to drive this car, I have to kind of squint down to get a full view of the road. Ever since the first generation, the Viper has always been about raw speed. And until this generation, the Viper has always been crude and rude in a lot of ways. I mean, you've got side pipes instead of rear exhaust. In the previous generations, you had basically a Dodge interior. With this one, it's much nicer. You feel like you're in a car that is worth, well, I'm not sure $120,000, but certainly worth at least $100,000. There is nice, fine leather everywhere you touch. The seats are actually sourced from the same company that builds the seats for Ferraris. And you still have that essence of power and of rawness that you want in a car that hasn't been domesticated. If a Viper were a woman, this would be your mistress, because this is probably not the kind of girl you want to take to the chapel, but it certainly is the kind of girl you want to take out for a weekend. Oh yeah. And just put the pedal to the metal. Alright, it's what's under the hood that makes the Viper so special. And as before, the hood release is on the outside. Or do you say bonnet? Here we have, get this, an 8.4 liter V10 that puts out 640 horsepower and 600 pound-feet of torque. If you let it, it will tear the rear 19-inch tires off the wheels all day long.
Our customers, as Maurice will attest to, like to fiddle with their cars. So they like to add superchargers or nitrous or turbos, all this crazy stuff to get more power like they need it. And you like it to be as robust as possible. So we had cast pistons in the old Gen 4 engine that were very good pistons for castings, but they weren't as robust as forging, obviously. So we worked with our supplier, Mala, on the pistons, came up with a forging that we actually used in the ACR race cars, ACR X class, and it's a very, very robust design.
There's only one transmission option, and that's a 6-speed manual. And having driven this Viper, I can tell you it's very precise and it's very easy to shift. Considering that you have 640 horsepower, you'd think that the car would try to rip your arm off, but it doesn't. If you use a nice firm hand, you can find the right gear every time.
The entire upper body is essentially aerospace grade materials. The hood, and we've returned to a new clamshell hood, all 100% hand laid out aerospace grade carbon fiber. The roof, inner, outer, all 100% aerospace carbon.
All right guys, 0 to 60, real world testing. Now, the Viper has launch control, but it's wet, and the Chrysler guy said not to do it in the wet. So we're gonna do it the old fashioned way. Keep in mind, there's 2 of us in the car. We are at sea level, here we go. I'm just gonna launch it. Oh, a lot of wheel spin. Oh yeah, there we go. That's 60. And that was the first time I've done that. 5.09. 5.09. That was just an impromptu 0 to 60 run. This car will go much faster, I'm sure of it, because first of all, there's 2 of us in here, and secondly, that was the first time I've done that. Now imagine if I was able to use the launch control, what that could do. It would be substantially faster. Now in the old Viper, sitting on the sill would be impossible because all that exhaust comes out right here, and believe me, it's loud, it's fast, and it's furious. I'm talking about the exhaust, not the car. It does get warm, but it doesn't become intrusive or uncomfortable. I think they've done a much better job in managing the heat that this engine puts out, because let's face it, side exhausts are cool, but they are not practical, unless of course you're in a race car, which this basically is.
My favorite part of the new car is the steering. It's much more precise, much more linear, quicker. So if in the event that you do have a little slippage, you can correct very, very quickly, which I like a lot. The car has the largest rubber of any supercar in the world. The tire type, we worked with Pirelli, and they really came to the party with a nice tire for us. Actually 2 tires, the Corsa and the P0. And they really are tuned for this car.
Now the new Viper has a top speed, get this, of 206 miles an hour. And to haul the car down from that kind of velocity, you need big brakes, and you get Brembos that are vented, they're slotted, well, they're red, and they're massive.
You'll see today when you sit in the driver's seat looking at this floor, I just love this shape here. It's just the coolest thing. And I often talk about washing a car. I love washing cars, especially cars like this. And that was one of the things. I actually got to take one home a few months ago, and I literally spent an hour just washing the car and drying it, and it ended up getting wrecked too. It was an impact car. I think it was the cleanest impact car around, but it was cool. It was like an emotional experience to be able to wash this car. But just the shape, the subtleties that you'll see in it, little flicks here that help exhaust air out from the engine. We have thought and designed everything on this car. I can't emphasize that enough, that even the details, you'll see the snakeskin pattern in the textures here. You'll see it in the tail lamps as well, and it repeats itself in the gill.
Now the interior is an interesting mishmash of fine Italian design, and I say that because Chrysler, which is owned by Fiat, consulted Ferrari when they did this interior. But at the same time, you've got the center stack with that navigation screen, which looks like, because it is, out of a Dodge Dart, and the steering wheel controls, well, if you've owned any Chrysler product, you'll be very familiar with those. Now the guys at Chrysler will tell you they benchmark cars like the Audi R8, think of the V10 of course, the Porsche 911, and don't forget the Corvette ZR1. Unlike the Audi and the Porsche, since this is a front engine car, there is quite a bit of room back here, so you can put a set of golf clubs in there. I think even Nathan might fit if he were here. I wanted to do much of this review behind the steering wheel, but honestly, it's too tight, too loud, and just too raw to do that. So yes, they've civilized the Viper to some degree, but don't get me wrong, this is a track toy. Think of it as a giant go-kart with a massively big engine. Nathan, you knew I had to include the Viper on that.
Can't believe you went there without me.
And yes, it's faster 0 to 60, but not in the rain.
Yeah, imagine if it was up here in this.
Now, what's coming up next, Nathan?
The Detroit Auto Show, baby! And you thought we were badass at LA Auto Show? Oh, this is gonna be even better.
In 2 weeks, wall-to-wall coverage of the 300,000 new car introductions.
Not quite that much, but this is gonna be a lot.
So remember, subscribe for pretty much a new car video every day.
Just about.
See you next time on the Fast Lane Car and Detroit.
Here we come.
Here we come, baby.